You're standing in the boarding line. Your carry-on is right beside you. You've done this 100 times. Then the gate agent points at your bag. Ma'am, that needs to be checked. That'll be $65. No warning, no refund. And your boarding group is already walking past you. This is happening to seniors over 60 at airports across the country right now. Not because they did anything wrong, but because airlines quietly restructured their fares in a way most travelers never saw coming. Carry-on only used to be the smartest move you could make. In 2026, that calculation has completely changed. I'm breaking down all 6 reasons why and the exact strategy that's replacing it. Number 3 is the one that surprises people the most, and it has nothing to do with fees. Let's get into it. Reality 6. The math has completely flipped on carry-on costs. Most seniors assume carry-on is always the cheaper option. That assumption is now quietly costing people hundreds of dollars per trip. Here's what airlines did. And they did it deliberately. They restructured their basic economy fares to include only a personal item. No overhead bag, no rolling suitcase. Just what fits under the seat in front of you. United Airlines basic economy on domestic flights? No carry-on allowed in the overhead bin at all. Show up at the gate with a rolling suitcase and you're paying to check it right there. Under pressure, with your boarding group being called behind you. And here's the part most travelers don't realize. Gate check fees are almost always higher than prepaid checked bag fees. You're paying a panic premium because you didn't know the rule changed. A 69-year-old retired accountant from Charlotte booked what looked like a great deal, $89 each way. She packed her usual carry-on, arrived at the gate, and was told her bag couldn't board. The gate agent charged her $65 on the spot. Round trip? That's $130 in surprise fees on a ticket she bought specifically to save money. Meanwhile, a fare bundle including one free checked bag was available for just $12 more than her basic ticket. Airlines engineered this deliberately. They priced the bundles just low enough to seem optional, and just high enough to profit when you don't choose them. Your defense. Before booking, click through to the full fare breakdown, not just the headline price. Compare the basic fare plus carry-on fee against the bundle fare that includes a checked bag. For couples traveling together, one shared checked bag is almost always cheaper than 2 separate carry-on fees. Rule of thumb, the cheapest ticket is rarely the cheapest trip. Always run the full math before you book. Insider move, search Google Flights with the bags filter turned on. It shows the true all-in price before you ever reach the airline's website. That one step alone can save you from the gate check trap entirely. But the money is just the beginning, because what carry-on travel is doing to your stress levels, that's a cost airlines never put on the receipt. Reality 5. The overhead bin has become a stress trap. Flights are fuller than they've ever been, and the overhead bin space hasn't grown. It's actually gotten more contested because airlines now charge for checked bags, which pushed everyone to carry on instead. Here's what that looks like in real life. You're in boarding group 4 or 5. You watch group after group walk past you onto the jetway. By the time you board, the bins above your row are full. A flight attendant takes your bag. It goes in the cargo hold anyway. For free, yes, but now your medications, your valuables, and your change of clothes are underneath the plane, in a bag that wasn't built to be thrown around by baggage handlers. A 72-year-old woman from Phoenix described it perfectly. The stress of wondering if my carry-on is going to make it on the plane has completely taken the joy out of boarding. She switched to a checked bag on her last trip. Her words? The relief of dropping that bag at check-in and walking to the gate with just my purse was priceless. And here's what most people don't know. Carry-on suitcases are not built to be checked. The wheels, the zippers, the shell, they're designed for overhead bins, not baggage carousels. When your carry-on gets gate checked unexpectedly, you're putting a bag through a process it was never engineered to survive. Your defense. Pack your carry-on as if it might be gate checked. Valuables, medications, and documents always in your personal item. Consider volunteering your carry-on for gate check on full flights. It's free, and you walk on stress-free. If you're in a late boarding group, assume the bins will be full and plan accordingly. Magic phrase: walk up to the gate agent before boarding and say, "I'd like to volunteer my bag for gate check. I don't need overhead space." They will love you for it, and you'll board with zero anxiety. That's the stress you can see. But there's a physical reality that nobody in the travel industry wants to talk about openly. Reality 4. Your body has changed, and that's not a weakness. Lifting a carry-on suitcase into an overhead bin at 70 is not the same as lifting it at 45. That's not a complaint. That's physics. The overhead bins on most modern aircraft sit between 68 and 74 inches off the ground. For a traveler who is 5 feet 2 inches, average height for women over 65, that means lifting a bag weighing 15 to 22 pounds above your own head in a narrow aisle with people pressing behind you. And here's what most people don't know. Flight attendants are not required to lift your bag. Many airline policies and union contracts specifically instruct them not to, because overhead bin injuries are one of the leading causes of flight attendant workplace injuries. A 74-year-old retired teacher from Seattle shared her story. "I asked a fellow passenger to help me lift my bag. He did, and he pulled his shoulder. I felt terrible. That was the last time I flew carry-on only." And it's not just the lifting. It's the dragging through long terminals, the hoisting on and off security conveyor belts, the wrestling through narrow airport bathroom doors. Every one of those moments adds physical cost to your trip, cost that compounds over a long travel day. Your defense: be honest with yourself about what your body can comfortably manage. That's traveling smarter, not giving up. If you have any shoulder, neck, or back issues, a checked bag is not a compromise. It's the right call. Use a lightweight personal item that fits under the seat. No lifting required. Full access during the flight. Rule of thumb: if boarding makes you anxious about the physical process, not the flight itself, that's your body telling you something worth listening to. Now, here's the one nobody talks about, and it affects your health more than your wallet. Reality 3. The 3-1-1 rule is quietly controlling your health routine. TSA's 3-1-1 liquid rule, no container over 3.4 ounces in your carry-on, was designed for convenience items. Shampoo, conditioner, travel-size toiletries. It was not designed for the reality of traveling over 60. Think about what's actually in your daily routine: prescription eye drops, liquid vitamins, medicated lotions, specific sunscreen your dermatologist recommended, saline solution, specialty skincare that took you years to find and that your skin actually tolerates. None of that fits in a 3.4-ounce container. And the travel-size versions, if they even exist, often aren't the same formula. A 68-year-old woman from Denver packed her prescription moisturizer in her carry-on out of habit. TSA confiscated it at the checkpoint. The replacement at her destination was a different brand, different formula. She spent 3 days of her vacation managing a flare-up that the right product would have prevented entirely. And here's what the competitor video completely missed. For seniors managing chronic conditions, having the wrong product isn't just inconvenient. It can turn a minor issue into a medical problem that affects your entire trip. A checked bag eliminates this completely. Full-size products, your exact formulas, your complete health routine. No compromises. Your defense: list every liquid or cream that's part of your health routine, not just your beauty routine. Anything over 3.4 ounces that you genuinely need goes in your checked bag. Pack a 3-day emergency supply of critical items in your personal item in case your checked bag is delayed. Type this in your notes. Health routine liquids go in a checked bag. A 3-day emergency supply goes in a personal item. Always. Quick pause. If this is already changing how you think about your next trip, hit that like button right now. It helps other seniors over 60 find this before they book, not after they're standing at the gate paying surprise fees. And subscribe. I cover these insider travel strategies every single week. Okay, the last 2 realities are the ones that actually change your decision for good. Reality 2. Planned is always better than surprised. The worst carry-on experience isn't choosing to carry on. It's being forced to check your bag at the last second when you didn't plan for it. You're standing in the boarding line. The gate agent announces the flight is full. Your bag is tagged. It goes under the plane. And everything you packed, assuming it would be with you, your medications, your valuables, your travel documents, is now in the cargo hold. A 71-year-old retired librarian from Boston was forced to gate check her carry-on on a connection through Chicago. Inside, her blood pressure medication, her reading glasses, her travel insurance documents. She spent a 4-hour layover without any of them, in an airport she didn't know, waiting for a bag she hadn't planned to check. Here's the difference. When you plan to check your bag from the beginning, you control everything. You use an AirTag. You photograph your bag. You've packed your personal item with everything you need. When you're surprised into checking at the gate, you control nothing. Your defense. If you choose carry-on, pack your personal item as if your carry-on will be gate checked every single time. Never put medications, valuables, or travel documents in your carry-on suitcase. Proactively offer your bag for gate check on full flights. You stay in control of the timing. Insider move. AirTags have completely changed the checked bag experience. One traveler put it perfectly. I check my bag, drop it at the counter, and watch it move through the airport on my phone. I know exactly where it is the whole time. That's not losing control. That's upgrading it. Rule of thumb, planned checked bag plus smart personal item beats surprise gate check every single time. Reality 1, the smartest move is knowing when each option wins. Here's what no travel video will tell you, because it doesn't make for a clean headline. There is no universally right answer. The right answer depends on your trip, your body, your health needs, and your boarding position. Carry-on wins when you have a tight connection where bags often miss transfers. You're changing cities every 2 to 3 days. You have priority boarding and guaranteed overhead space. Checked bag wins when you're on a basic economy fare where carry-on costs extra. You have health products or medical equipment that don't fit the 3-1-1 rule. You have any physical limitations with lifting. Your trip is longer than 5 days. And here's the hybrid move the most experienced senior travelers are using in 2026, and that almost nobody is talking about. Check your main bag, carry a lightweight personal item with everything you need for the flight, and your first 24 hours. No overhead bin stress, no lifting, no gate check surprises, full access to your health routine, and the freedom to walk through the airport like you own it. A 76-year-old frequent traveler described her system. I check my bag, carry a small crossbody with my meds, my tablet, and a change of clothes. I'm always the most relaxed person at the gate. Your defense? Decide your luggage strategy before you book, not at the airport. Run the full cost comparison every single time. Base fare plus carry-on fee versus bundle with checked bag. Pack your personal item using a checklist, not memory. Magic phrase. When booking, ask the airline directly. What is the cheapest fare that includes one checked bag? That one question has saved travelers hundreds of dollars they didn't know they were leaving on the table. Insider move. Several airline credit cards include one free checked bag per flight for the cardholder and a companion. If you fly more than 4 times a year, the card pays for itself on bag fees alone before you count any other benefit. Now you have the full picture and the complete strategy to make the right call every single time, no matter what airline, what fare, or what destination. But here's what most seniors don't realize. Once you've figured out your bag strategy, there's still one moment that catches even the most prepared travelers completely off guard: the security line itself. In my next video, I'm breaking down the 5 items TSA is flagging in seniors' bags right now in 2026, and the exact phrases that get you through without a second look. Watch it right here. Don't get caught off guard. See you there.